Okay, maintenance for Atamen. So we've got a lot of weeds growing through this area in here. Potentially you could add more vinca in this area to fill out this area. I think there used to be an old tree here. That's maybe why that this wasn't growing. But I would renovate the soil first. So break up the compaction and then add vinca. This is like a 18 feet by 6 foot area of vinca. Grind this one stump, remove the wood chips and add more vinca for this area. Then going through this way, again, you could add more vinca, but you sort of just have to add it as it's needed. This is like 50 feet by 15 feet of vinca that you could add in this area. And then you'd probably want to make sure you have irrigation, which it doesn't look like you have, water in this area because the vinca like to have some moisture. Okay, so that would probably be one reason why these didn't do that great in the beginning. All right, that would also help the lawn as well. On this side, you've got Pachysandra, which is a different type of ground cover underneath here. But same thing, you probably need to add some Pachysandra in the future to fill in the holes. So this is, probably need another 3 flats of Pachysandra to kind of fill this in. And that's also gonna help cut down the weeding. Because you can see where you have thick Pachysandra, you don't have any weeds growing, and where you don't, obviously have a ground cover, the weeds are gonna grow. So long term, it's actually cheaper to have a ground cover than just have bare soil. Okay. But here they try to get vinca, so that's a different type of perennial. It has little purple flowers too in the spring. Then you've got a bunch of maximum rhododendrons through this area. You probably have to remove one that's dead right there. But a bunch of maximum rhododendrons, which I think is fine. That gives you good coverage from the street. This was the area we talked about adding soil in the fall. So you'd probably stretch it over. This is like, you might even pick up some of the Pachysandra and replant it. But this is like, call it 25 feet by, you stretch this out over maybe 8 or 9 feet wide this way and have it slope down to that lawn. And it's about 15 inches tall, call it 18 inches tall, sloping this way. So you'd still have a slope coming off and then there'll be a level lawn. Okay. And you might end up deciding to lift up the Pachysandra, maybe put it back afterwards, because you have to raise the grade in this area as well. Okay, so that's what's going on in here. We'll put some grass seed down for you in these areas now that we did for the excavation. Okay. This is kind of all fern, so I think is a nice, actually it gives you a nice look, which I think is fine. Then they try to grow more vinca in this area. But it's all mixed with weeds too. So